I'm making this video to send a message that coming one world religion. Scripture says that what has happened in the past will happen again, and it's just basically a repeat of what's happened. So I'm going to show you the blueprint for this one world religion that they're calling today. Sometimes they call it universalism. So it's the alliances of all religions coming all together. But this has the roots way back in the Tower of Babel. So the key figure here is a man named Nimrod, where he built the Tower of Babel. Babel, it means confusion of language. God had to do that to confuse the people because the people were, well, actually Nimrod was also into false god worship, and not only one god, that's multiple gods. So eventually it had to be brought down. It's appalling that today in the European Union they have a building that's built exactly like a Tower of Babel. I've put it in my other video. Well, anyways, here's a video about Nimrod.
Hello and welcome to another teaching by 119 Ministries. Our ministry teaches that the whole Bible is true and applicable for our lives today. If you would like to know more about what we believe and teach, please visit us at testeverything.net. We hope that you enjoy studying and testing the following teaching. The story of Nimrod is a controversial topic. Most of what we assume to know about Nimrod is from extra-biblical accounts. For those who are interested in learning what the Bible alone teaches about Nimrod, this study might be of some interest. Genesis chapter 10. Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. He was a mighty hunter before Yahweh. Therefore, it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before Yahweh. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. From that land he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth-ir, Calah, and Resen between Nineveh and Calah, that is, the great city. According to verse 8, Nimrod was the first mighty man on earth. This usually denotes some type of strong commanding leadership. The same Hebrew word for mighty is also used in the context of mighty king, mighty warrior, a chief or military leader, and sometimes as a proud tyrant. The word is also used in reference to Yahweh being mighty. He was said to be a mighty hunter. Given the context, the meaning of the mention of being a mighty hunter was likely twofold. As a hunter, his skill was the taking of prey and the laying of snares. That is the literal interpretation, which is likely valid. Nimrod, being a mighty hunter, and the skills that comprise of being a mighty hunter, would have served well in the building of his kingdom. Given the context of him being the first man with strong commanding leadership, and the kingdom that he built.
Either way, that shows you just a short description of Nimrod. You might want to go into this video and to learn more about him. But the essence was it that he was able to gather man. They had that one mind concept, and to to build something for a cause. Eventually, what happened was God had to bring down that tower, and the people were confused, and they from hence on their languages were how would you call it, like broken up into different languages, so they couldn't understand each other. It's coming to be a repeat of what is happening, because the world now is pushing into this one world concept. So the past is catching up again with the present, and it's basically the same thing that's happening, basically the same thing that's happening. And and the key figure again for this is the Roman Catholic Pope Francis, and he has the the leadership for calling all the religion.
Honor other religions like you do your own.
We need to get together and know one another just to discover and explore those commonalities.
That starts a process where prejudices go away, where new insights are born, and where basically hope is born.
It's not complicated. I would say to everyone, start with sharing what we all share, which is the pleasure of conversation.
One of the wonderful things about spending time with people completely unlike you is you discover how much you have in common. The same fears, the same hopes, the same concerns.
I think I'll keep it very simple. It's probably time to talk less, listen more.
അങ്ങനെ വിശ്വസൗഹാർദ്ദ ഒരു യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാകട്ടെ.
Well, this is very, very dangerous, because basically the scripture says that if you deny the Son of Man, who is Jesus, the Father in heaven will deny. So right off the bat, Earth was really a hostile ground, because this is where the fallen angels descended, and Mount Hermon, and ever since they're here. So basically they've also wanted worship. That's why in the third temptation of Christ you could see Satan right there, trying to tell Jesus that he's all going to offer all the kingdoms of the world in exchange for worship. That is his plot. The plot from the beginning of Satan defying God, exalting himself as God, is the same. It's basically the same. So it has trickled down to the to mankind themselves. So this puts it in a very dangerous position, especially for the Christians, because if you think that this thing is like noble in nature, it's not, because it's a trap. Satan all at the end of the day wants to harvest souls, as many souls as he can be, and he knows how to do this. He knows how to do this. He wants to veer away, to steer you away from the true worship of true living God. So when they push this thing, it's like creating like a one pot mix of everything, including like mind you, some of these leaders are treated in their religion as gods themselves. So this is a no-no, and in fact some of these are the Wiccans are basically they're devil worshippers, and Satanists. Satan is not far from how would you call, like from what is today's standards, is that it's being openly put out in there, like it's going to be like one of those religions. So imagine to be in one pot with all this mixture of religion. This is basically paganism back in the days of Israel. That's why Israel had to be put in exile, because they were entertaining pagan gods. It depended on the changeover of leadership. Once there were like bad leaders who went into paganism worship, they automatically were put in bondage and in captivity, and that's demonstrated with what happened to them when they were under Babylon. So it's a repeat. It's totally a repeat. There's going to be a push for a peace, because today Satan's bait is really peace. People desire for peace, so he's trying to put that peace out there. People will be rallying for peace and security, but then the scripture again says, like, just when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction comes upon them. That is part that is there in the Bible scriptures. So be forewarned that this thing is a lost cause. It's a lost cause because everything is just gonna be fulfilled, and it follows the script right off the bat, like in the Bible. It's there. The blueprint is there. Nothing we can do. There's only one creator, and he has the script. Not humans are not. It's unbelievable how the deception is deep and real because of the enemy. The enemy has really like deceived so many people to do worship. I will tell you that the five civilizations that existed. If you type in the five civilizations and then you key in the search word snake worship, you will be amazed that there's Mesopotamian snake worship, Indus Valley snake worship, and then there is Yellow River snake worship, and then there is South America snake worship. The common denominator back in the old civilizations is there is always a snake worship. The snake is Satan, and he deceives. That veil in the snake, that milky veil in the eye of the snake, that is the one that keeps people not from seeing, like the truth. They cannot see the truth because there's a veil. The veil